What's up, YouTube? As always, this is PFC Ryotachi from the beautiful Okinawa, Japan / my room. Here to bring you another Naruto chapter review. Naruto chapter 649 came out a few days ago, and I just read it, and obviously I'm gonna tell you about it. So this chapter was probably one of the most least action. No action really in this chapter, not too much. It was pretty much just we love Naruto, uzumaki chapter. Like, quite literally. Like, nothing important happened in this chapter at all. About the only thing that happened that was possibly even remotely important was Shikamaru actually not dying, actually staying alive. So, it starts off, you see Naruto and Sasuke charging after the Jinchuriki. And obviously, nothing that they're doing is going to work. So, as they're hard charging towards him, you see, Naruto's chakra cloak is still on the whole Shinobi Alliance. And more or less, Shikamaru is just reflecting on that. He's saying, Naruto, you always overdo it, Even when you're fighting and you need all your strength, you're still not even thinking about yourself, and you're still thinking about everybody else, and unconsciously you're still helping all of us. And of course, our little 2 cents. Oh, I can tell he's doing this unconscious because of my awesome jutsu, and that's pretty much that's more or less a chapter. Shikamaru just reflects on how sucky Naruto's life has been, and yet at the same time, because of how sucky his life has been, it's oddly enough his boosted morale of the alliance to how horrible his life is. I guess everyone's like, "Hey, I'm happy my life wasn't as bad as yours, so I'm happy now." That's pretty much what I got out of that. So Shikamaru's like quote unquote, he's dying, but Naruto unconsciously is saving him, and he pretty much just came to the realization that he wants to be Naruto's advisor when he becomes Hokage. Because he says, unlike Hashirama, Naruto doesn't have a smart brother, and Naruto, like Hashirama, is not the smartest person around, so he needs a smart advisor. And from this day on, he wants to be that advisor. And then you see the five Kages come all motivated for some reason, and each one kind of having like their own little story of, hey, you know, I'm here. Let's do this. Gara comments on Naruto just being as awesome as he is, being the savior of the world, and rallies his troops. The Mizukage comments that being a lady, she can't be late to a fight, so she rallies her troops. Tsunade acts like she's actually worth something. She quickly heals Shikamaru and Sakura, although Naruto's been doing that for like the past 10 chapters, but she gets her little use. And the Raikage and obviously B team up to a double area, how you pronounce it. And you see Tsunade talk to Hashirama, or pretty much opposite way around, about how she's sorry that everything turned out the way it is, and then he's like, I'm sorry that all my problems have been on your generation. And honestly, I don't know. That's this the whole 20 chapters was Shikamaru acknowledging Naruto's life, which has been put on the focus probably every time he fights any villain. We always see how hard Naruto has it. So it was honestly no different. And that was a chapter. It ends with everyone saying, "Hey, your life sucked. And mine didn't suck that bad. So I'm happy. Let's go fight." That was the chapter. So honestly, the chapter. I wouldn't say the chapter was bad. It was average as far as the way it's been going. I don't really think we needed this chapter. If this chapter were to just been magically a skipped and we went to 650, everything would totally make sense right now. I mean, this chapter wasn't necessarily needed. I mean, in the anime, I think this chapter would be pretty nice. If it was like, a 5 minute revelation or 10 minute revelation. But I mean, for a chapter, I think more or less it could have been left out because it really didn't serve too much relevance other than it just was a chapter. Like, I mean, literally nothing important happened in this chapter at all. The five Kage showing up didn't change anything. Nothing's going to change. It's the Jinchuriki. And Shikamaru acknowledging how hard Naruto's life has been. That should have happened, like, back in freaking manga chapter 100, not 600. We all know Naruto life fucking sucked. Honestly, the only valuable information I would say that came out of this chapter was the last, I think, 2 pages. We've seen Kakashi, what he's been doing, which is nothing. He's been stitching himself up from his wounds, and he says something to the effect of "Now I'm almost ready" or "Now I'm ready," which honestly is a false statement because he fought Obito, and if you stitching yourself up, after that you're gonna probably be quite tired from all that pain. So, obviously he's still alive. I mean, that's good to see because
So, I mean, that's
he's
pretty much it as far as this
out.
chapter goes. I mean, probably can't tell from all my awesome enthusiasm. But I mean, this chapter was decent. Like I said, it was an average chapter, and all it was gawking over Naruto. But I mean, anyway, so don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Rate the video, thumbs up, thumbs down, either way it goes. Comment on the video, comment on the chapter, and if you like the review or you want to see more of the review, don't be scared to subscribe. So this is PFC with Utachi, signing out.